Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy WattsTV, man, and today we are talking about Candace Owens getting demonetized on YouTube. But before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys really quickly. We hit 9K, man. We hit 9K, and we got 1,000 more subscribers in a week. How wild is that? Like, I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Like, you guys have been commenting so much. You've been following me on all of my social media platforms. You've been joining the Discord. Seriously, I cannot thank you guys enough. And best believe I'm going to repay you by constantly putting out this content. And you know what? At some point next week, let's see if we can hit 10K, man. Originally, I said we could hit 10K by the end of October, but I think we can hit it by the end of next week. It's very possible. So, hey, let's try it. Keep hitting that subscribe button, man. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It really does help out a lot. Thank you guys so much once again. I really do appreciate you. So please share, like, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media pages. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's just get into the topic. All right. So Candace Owens, I feel like before I get into her situation specifically, I have to clear some things up about my own views, because I think there are some of you that think I don't necessarily mind censorship. That's not necessarily the case. I honestly do believe that you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say without any type of repercussions. However, if you are saying these things on someone else's platform, then they have every right to remove you. Because at the end of the day, if you are giving that platform negative attention and bad press, then I get it. At the end of the day, this is nothing. This is business. This is nothing but business. Anyway, I just really wanted to clear up my own personal views about censorship before I even got into like the meat and potatoes of this conversation. All right, so a couple of days ago, Candace tweeted this out. There will be no show today or at all this week. That's because YouTube has issued me a strike and a 1-week suspension for my sit down with Kanye. They also removed the interview as hate speech, as it was mass reported by Zionists. Their tactics never change. And then she tweeted, all who watch that podcast know that Ye was calm and filled with love, speaking about the world coming together to defeat evil. 2.5 million people watched my debate with Rabbi Shmuley last week. The world knows why I am being targeted, and frankly, I have never felt more confident that I am the right person for this to happen. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not watch that interview with her and Kanye, and honestly, I really have no reason to. Like, I really could care less, so I cannot really comment on it. I literally seen a few clips, and with me seeing a few clips, I mean, I could possibly like use my imagination as to like what could have been said during this interview. If you guys have watched it and you think there was something that was outlandish that was said, let me know in the comments down below. And then she continues to say this: thus far, I have had 0 strikes on my YouTube creators account. I have now been inundated with 3 back-to-back content hits within 3 minutes, plus an email that I am now fully demonetized. We all know exactly who is behind this and why. So as you can see, she's been getting hit with strikes. And this is the email that the YouTube Partner Program sent to her due to violations of the YouTube Partner Program policies, including our ad-friendly guidelines and community guidelines. The Candace Owens channel has been suspended from the YouTube Partner Program. Examples of this include the community guidelines violations outlined above, along with our ad-friendly guidelines, which state that the content that incites hatred, promotes discrimination, disparages, or humiliates an individual or a group of people is not suitable for advertising. The channel can be reevaluated for the YouTube Partner Program after 90 days. When you see the option to reapply on your monetization page, a channel that reapplies to be part of the YouTube Partner Program will be readmitted only after it has addressed the issues that triggered the suspension during this time. And once the initial upload restriction period is over, you can continue to upload new content. Make sure to review all your videos with our YouTube Partner Program policies. Blah blah blah. So basically, they're insinuating that her content did not go under the guidelines that were stated here: hatred, discrimination, disparaging groups, humiliates groups, whatever. So yeah, that is initially why Candace Owens got demonetized from YouTube, and she is being suspended for a week now. Even though I could tell you guys, I will be completely transparent with you, I don't like Candace Owens. I don't. This doesn't hurt me at all. I don't care. I really don't care. However, I will say that I'm not a fan of how this was handled, because at the end of the day, if this content was already up and it was posted for a very long time, why is it just now being removed all at once? Like, I think this process could be handled a little bit better, because essentially you're blindsiding someone, right? If you come to somebody and say, hey, this particular video that you have, we're going to remove it because of X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't fit within our guidelines. That content creator can look back at your feedback and be like, oh snap, well, if this video got taken down, the others are probably going to get taken down too. So before that even happens, let me just delete them off my channel and not do that anymore on any of my like upcoming future posts. So I do not like how this was handled. And yes, I understand that it was probably because her channel was like mass reported all at once, but it's still pretty crappy, man. It is still pretty crappy. I think there does need to be some sort of grace for content creators when it comes to this process, because you look, I understand that you have guidelines, and if someone isn't following that guidelines, you have every right to remove them. Like, I 1000% get it. But if they didn't know that what they were saying was possibly like hurtful, I think that there needs to be a conversation had so that they can rectify their behavior. And then if they still continue the same pattern of behavior, then you can most definitely like kick them off the YouTube partner program. Like, I get it. Like I said, I do not like Candace Owens, but I do not like how this process is handled. And I can say that from a content creator standpoint, right? Because I mean, obviously this could happen to me. Like, I talk about some controversial crap all the time, like stuff, this could happen to me. Now, one thing that I can say that truly irks me about Candace Owens and other content creators, like especially like Redpill content creators, they always claim that they know this is going to happen, or they know that it could happen, because they're essentially like speaking the truth, and they are revealing things that a certain group of people do not want the general public to know about, blah blah blah. They say all these things, and they know that they could possibly get removed from any one of these platforms at any time. So when it actually happens, I just find it really annoying how they react to it, because when it happens, after you've been saying that it could happen, they're just like, what? I'm demonetized. But how? I don't understand. Huh? This is insane. We should do something about this. I don't understand how they could stifle my speech and blah, blah, blah. You literally said that this could happen. You said that this could happen. She's acting like this, Fresh and Fit is acting like this, Sneeko acted like this. Why is it always a surprise when you have been demonetized, knowing the type of content that you put out, knowing the things that you say about specific groups of people, from the Jewish community to the black community, etc., etc. This should not be a shock to any of you. And honestly, I will never feel sorry for you, because you decided to ride this wave. You decided to make this type of content. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you made your bed, lie in it, you knew it was coming, and here it is. That you should not be shocked. If you know the risk, do not be surprised when the repercussions hit you across the face like a man's meat in a corn video. Pause. Yo, but guys, if I have to be honest with you, man, I'm not surprised this hasn't happened earlier. I'm really not. Because if you think about it, Candace Owens has said some vile stuff in her past. So I'm surprised that she has not been kicked off of the platform a long time ago. Bro, this is the same person that still thinks the exonerated Park 5 are still criminals to this day. Look at this tweet. After doing research, I agree with Trump about the Central Park 5. These guys were not innocent little kids, but young men who admitted to multiple crimes, implicated each other, and were identified by multiple independent witnesses as suspects. People don't read. Shameful. Apparently he didn't read, because they were obviously exonerated for a reason, jackass. She responds to that tweet and says, this is exactly the problem. The media relies on black emotion. Few people read the details of the case. Now blacks are once again being emotional, manipulated by leftists. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Brandon. The Central Park 5 were not innocent. That is wild. That is completely wild to say. If you guys know anything about the Central Park 5, yeah, they were indeed obviously innocent. And I'm not going to go into specifics here, because I don't have that kind of time, and I'm not trying to have this video be 25 to 30 minutes long. But that's just crazy to say when it was proven that all of them were innocent. Oh man, and how could I forget about the George Floyd comments? I don't even know if you guys know this, but Candace Owens made a documentary about George Floyd that essentially spread a bunch of lies about this man. And fun fact, because Kanye was talking about this same documentary on Drink Champs, the George Floyd family actually decided to sue him for, I think it was like $50 million. Oh, sorry, it was $250 million. They sued him essentially for harassment, misappropriation, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress for a total sum of $250 million. And let me just read this quote to you, right? And keep in mind, this quote is coming straight from Kanye on Drink Champs. You can go back and watch the video. And I also remember watching him on Drink Champs myself. He says, I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put out. One of the things that his roommate said was they want a tall guy like me. And the day he died, he said a prayer for 8 minutes. West told Drink Champs they hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. Sir, what? Guys, let me just say this. The autopsy that was done on George Floyd did not reveal that he died from any type of overdose. This was a homicide due to cardiopulmonary arrest. That's how George Floyd died, okay? Former officer Derek Chauvin his knee was most definitely on George Floyd's neck. That's not even refutable at this point. That's a simple fact. That's how he died. You can visibly see his knee on his neck and he would not get up. Jesus, what else is there? Oh, Jesus. One thing that I did not realize was that the husband of Candace Owens is close friends with Andrew Tate. Candace Owens interviewed Andrew Tate. And if you guys did not know this, Andrew Tate is currently going through human trafficking and sexual exploitation charges right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a lot of damning evidence against him and his brother. That is just super wild to me that you could defend someone like this even before a decision has been made if he's guilty or not. You already aligned yourself with him to say, hey, he didn't do these things. You don't know that. The only reason why that you probably even did that interview in the first place is because he's buddies with your goddamn husband. And honestly, you lose all credibility at that point because that is a conflict of interest. Even with you just interviewing Andrew Tate, he is not favored on YouTube at all. Even you just being aligned with Andrew Tate does not look good for their platform. There are so many reasons. My whole point in all this is that there have been so many reasons as to why Candace Owens could possibly be booted off the platform. It's ridiculous, okay? She's another person that brings negative attention to this platform. So the fact that she even lasted this long, it's a freaking miracle, to be honest with you. It is an actual miracle. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree with anything that I said? Do you disagree? Please do me a favor, let me know in the comments down below. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you again so much for allowing me to hit 9K. I cannot wait till we hit 10 and I can celebrate with you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Those will be listed in the description down below. Follow me on Twitch, join the Discord, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.